This is the Tigers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Detroit Tigers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hey, how about a blowout win on the heels of a blowout loss? It's a lot more fun in the win column. Welcome into a live Locked On Tigers postcast. The Detroit Tigers absolutely dominate the Houston Astros in the opener of this three-game set. 10-0 the final, and the fans at Comerica Park probably had a whale of a time because they were given quite the show. If you were at the game, let me know. This is your Locked On Tigers postcast. It's your post-game show right here. Free and available wherever you get your podcasts, all part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team each and every day. And oh yeah, we're on YouTube as well. Make sure you like the video and go ahead and subscribe to the Locked On Tigers because now is the time. The Tigers won 7 of the last 9 and continue to roll. And despite yesterday's setback, a whole different team today on a Monday at Comerica Park. We'll have my recap on Jack Flaherty. Is this the real Jack Flaherty? I certainly hope so because, man, 7 scoreless tonight. He was dominant. And, of course, that offense came to play too. 4 home runs. We'll talk about them all. And, oh, yeah, we'll have our biggest talking point, our turning point, and our player of the game. Your comments are always welcome, so make sure you fire up that comment section. I want to hear from you after a night like tonight because, man, that Tigers Kool-Aid tastes good. I'm drinking it, especially after nights like tonight. So buckle up, dial it in. Let's have some fun on the Locked On Tigers postcast. We begin where we always begin, our biggest talking point, and there's a couple of them tonight. That's the beautiful thing about winning 10-0 in dominant fashion. There's a lot of different things you can break down. Now, I will say the Houston Astros, sometimes it's not who you play, but when you play them, they have really struggled as of late. They've been shut out now 3 times in the last 4 games. They were shut out twice over the weekend by the Baltimore Orioles, who obviously are not a contending team. And the Tigers continue that trend with excellent pitching here tonight at Comerica Park. So all that to say, hey, love the effort from the guys. Love the turnaround. They didn't let a sour, bad taste from the conclusion of the road trip yesterday in Minnesota wear into today. They started fresh in the homestand and looked like a brand new ball club. So let's get into it right away. It's our biggest talking point.
This is what you'll be talking about.
There's something to be said about your guy that you believe in, that you're counting on, that you need quality starts from coming out and delivering right away. And Jack Flaherty had that mantra today. He had that moxie. He had that demeanor that you knew he was going to tap into one of those starts that he's capable of. And so often with Jack Flaherty, you just want to say it's in there. That type of start, that type of dominating performance is in there. Bottle it up. And, you know, to quote Eminem, would the real Jack Flaherty please stand up? Please stand up, because this is what he's capable of. And you're not going to get 7 scoreless every night, but the Jack Flaherty that fizzles out after 4 2/3 that we've seen far too often this season was not that guy tonight. He was the dominant 7-inning pitcher, good swing and miss. He threw 90 pitches, struck out 9 strikeouts in 7 innings. So you know the swing and miss was there. First pitch strikes in 14 of 25 batters he faced. So he was attacking the zone. He was getting ahead in counts. And what a tremendous job all the way around from Jack Flaherty. And I'll also say that Dylan Dingler deserves a lot of credit. He called a whale of the game. Now, we're going to get into the offense. I don't want to take anything away from the 4 home runs that this Tigers team hit, because up and down that lineup, they performed at a high level. And Spencer Arrighetti, if you follow the Astros, he's coming off an injury, so doesn't have the sample size. But last year, he was a productive pitcher for the Astros, and they had high expectations for him. This year, just as I mentioned, he fought an injury and has only made a couple of starts since coming off the injured list. But for the Tigers, with Flaherty doing his thing, and then offensively, you look up and down this lineup and it's production. And that's what's so great about a big win like tonight, is it can spark this team. And not even spark, because like I said, they've won 7 of 9. They're playing some great baseball. But Wenceel Perez getting into the action with the home run in the 4th, and then that big 5th inning, because I mean, I'm watching it thinking, all right, maybe it's the pitcher's duel after the first 3 innings, the way Arrighetti was going and the way Flaherty was going. But the Tigers offense, that third time through the order, really showed what they're about. Carpenter with the 2 RBI triple in the 5th. And then right after Riley Greene, I was laughing at the Tigers Twitter account. The admin said they couldn't keep up with all of the excitement and all of the fireworks. And that was the kind of game it was tonight, because it was just pouring it on. And unlike so many times in past games that we've talked about on this Locked On Tigers postcast, on this postgame show, where there's more runs out there, you leave so many guys on base, you don't put teams away. Tonight was the definition of putting a team away. And again, the Astros have struggled, but they're a first-place ball club entering tonight. And that's going to be a hotly contested race in the American League West between the Astros and Mariners. And for the Tigers to show what they did tonight against a quality starter, a quality baseball team, man, this is the type of night that you certainly store in the memory bank. And when maybe, and I'm guilty of this too, when you start to feel a little bit down on this team, you remember what they're capable of. Lots of comments to get into. Would love to hear from you, so let your voice be heard. Some other news and notes. Alex Lang, now a member of the big league team, he is back. So maybe some reinforcements in the bullpen there. Demetrius McNeil leads us off. 4 home runs from the Tigers offense. Back it up with Jack Flaherty pitching 7 shutout innings, win number 74 and 40 at home this season. Tomorrow, however, is different. Skubal versus Brown. Yeah, that's going to be a great one. Hunter Brown, local product, went to Wayne State. I actually called one of his starts when he was at Wayne State, and I was calling D2 baseball for Northwood University. I remember one of his starts against Northwood. That's going to be a lot of fun, having Hunter Brown versus Tarek Skubal too. And obviously Hunter Brown not in the same class as Tarek Skubal, but the ace of the Astros staff that has been really, really good over the course of 2 years. And Tarek Skubal looking to bounce back. So that is going to be appointment viewing, no doubt about it. Phillip is up next. Roger Kays to a position player. Backup catcher, maybe the highest offseason. I knew we were going to get that. And I got to give a shout out to my main man, Adam Cullum. I know he's on the comments here somewhere. He and I talked on the phone today about Tiger baseball. We solved all the problems. So shout out to my guy, Adam. And one of those was Jake Rogers. How does he continue to get at bats, albeit in a pinch hitting situation here tonight? But man, that was tough. Jake Rogers. Yeah, maybe sit this one out. The dude is up next. Vintage Lang, loading the bases and somehow getting out of it. I have to know if it's a cut off T-neck or a Dickey collar. The grit is back. Yeah, we saw Lang out there tonight and that patented look. And, when he was first called up, I thought, all right, reinforcements. And he gives up the 2 hits in his 1 inning of work and the walk. Like you said, you load the bases, but he gets a strikeout and gets out without, squandering the shutout. So would have liked it to be a cleaner debut for 2025, of course, but it's nice to break him in when you have a 10-run lead. Travis Wayne says, great to see Alex Lang back. Gary Myers, great series start. Absolutely. Gareth Ridings, welcome back, Alex Lang. A lot of people saying that. Jake Goodwin, never would have expected a shutout against Houston. Great pitching by Jack tonight. Absolutely. Travis Wayne, the biggest Trey Sweeney hater. This was the Trey Sweeney revenge game. I don't care that Sweeney got a home run. He still needs to go down. Oh, yeah, we got to give some love, man. Some love to Trey Sweeney. I mean, 3 RBI tonight. He's got the home run and just doing all kinds of stuff to help this Tigers offense. Love it from Trey Sweeney. All right, Brett Sullivan is up next. This team is finding themselves again in the right time. They're getting hot. I think there's a lot to be said about that. There's a lot to be said about momentum in baseball. Any manager would tell you that. And over the course of 162 games, you're going to go through some rough patches, but winning cures all. You get back to gelling in the clubhouse. This is the team with the additions after the trade deadline. They're feeling more acclimated, more part of this team. And I would agree with that comment that things are certainly moving in the right direction. Lego City Dad, wow, just wow. What an amazing start by Jack. If he's back, Tigers are I think that means good or great. They're great. Little Tony the Tiger action there. Gary Myers says Colt Keith is heating up. Indeed, he is, somewhat quietly too, but absolutely showing how lethal he can be with the bat. R1VJ4 says, got that blood pumping throughout this game. Lang return was pleasant. There we go. There he is, my main man, Adam Cullum. Great to see you in the comments. Let's go. Jay Flair was so good. Finally, we shut down Correa, Altuve, and Pena, which we needed to do. Bullpen got some much needed rest, and the offense exploded. That's a great point because the bullpen was taxed in those last couple of games in Minnesota. So having a game to rest up, and then in theory, you certainly would hope with Skubal going tomorrow, a chance to rest up as well. All right, my guy or gal, we still don't know, Bunny E. Farts, highlight of the night, Alex Lang comeback, low light, Jake Rogers striking out to a position player. Yep, that's what I have as well. Noah Murray, are we really going to use Melton as a low leverage middle reliever instead of maybe our number 2 or 3 best starter? Seems like a waste if you are going to use him for high leverage. If you aren't going to use him for high leverage, that's how I feel. And Adam and I talked about that as well with Melton. Just albeit a small sample size, it seems like he's bringing at least a number 3 starter in this rotation. Do you trust him more than Casey Mize? I think the answer is yes. And maybe that's not a popular opinion at this very time, but there's still plenty of time to feel that out for the remainder of the month of August and into September before any decisions in that department have to be made. Ethan May, last comment before we take a quick break. Ethan May music. This was as close to perfect as it gets for a Tigers win. Great outing from Flaherty. Offense firing on all cylinders. Just good energy all the way around. Indeed. Couldn't have said it better myself. And that's a great place to take a quick timeout. Don't go anywhere. We're cruising. Up next, we've got our highlight of the game, our turning point, and our player of the game. That's coming up next on a live Locked On Tigers postcast. Hey, today's episode of the Locked On Tigers postcast is brought to you by Prize Picks. The most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports is on Prize Pick. That's right. And with everything heating up, now is the time, my friends, because listen up and listen good. With Prize Picks, oh yeah. That's right. The daily fantasy platform that lets you turn your football predictions into real rewards. And preseason, it's already heating up, and college football isn't far behind. Whether you've got your eye on big name quarterbacks or breakout running backs, Prize Picks makes it easy to get in on the game. I love the flex play option. It's a total game changer. Even when one of your picks misses, you still can double your money. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use that code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 play. Prize Picks, run your game. This episode is also brought to you by our good friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. August 26th is officially FanDuel Futures Day, a brand new holiday for football fans who live for bold predictions and preseason hunches. For just 24 hours, FanDuel is giving you deals on NFL season predictions. So whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before week 1 even kicks off, this is your moment. So take a flyer on somebody for the MVP race. I did last year with Jared Goff. Might do the same thing again this year. Maybe Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to have a breakout season. Or if you want to go outside the Detroit Lions, I certainly understand. Lots of good MVP candidates, but take a flyer on a future. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your future bets now. FanDuel Futures Day is one day and one day only. It's on August 26th. FanDuel, play your game. Tigers cruise past the Houston Astros. You love to see it, 10-0. And should have mentioned this earlier. Shout out to Jim and Denise. Great comment here. Best record in the AL again, as the Tigers with the win are now 74-53. I got to check what the Blue Jays are. And if they are, in fact, they're 73-53. So 73-53, Tigers 74-53. So there you go. There you go. What are the Blue Jays doing right now? Are they off tonight? Let's find out. That's the beauty of the Google machine. Cleveland and the Arizona Diamondbacks just getting underway. So no, they lost today. So there you go. That's a final. They lost to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Tough team there. But we'll keep you. I guess it doesn't really matter because our show's about to end and the Guardians and Diamondbacks will still be playing. All right, let's go ahead and get into our biggest turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
I love this bumper when it says reveal where the game was won, and you can take that and interpret it in a number of different ways, but the game was won with Jack Flaherty, and the 7 innings that he commanded the mound and towed the rubber with a demeanor and a vengeance that is so what we have seen in the past, but haven't seen a lot of this year, was just so refreshing. Now, if we want to get into the exact instances, you love Wenceel Perez breaking the scoreless tie with the solo home run to right in the 4th inning. And that seemed to really light a spark for this team. It's his 10th home run of the season. A lot of credit there. But again, just pouring it on as an offense, and the Kerry Carpenter, but the table being set by Gleyber Torres and Colt Keith, the Riley Greene home run, continuing to pass that baton next batter after next batter after next batter was so crucial in this win, and just a total and complete team effort. How about our player of the game?
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
A couple for tonight, and might even do one of our very rare team player of the games. This is the whole team, everybody that played tonight, but it's Jack Flaherty. And again, tonight represents what I believe Jack Flaherty is capable of. I really do. I really feel that way. And let's hope that whatever he was doing mechanically on video, study it, be in a good headspace, everything else that contributes to getting his absolute best out of himself on the mound and being the best version of Jack Flaherty tonight was that version. And that's what we saw. So I'd love to continue to see it. But hey, we got 2 more games left in this series, and there's no doubt about it. The Astros will be looking to bounce back tomorrow with a really good pitching matchup. Tarek Skubal for the Detroit Tigers, the lefty's 11-3, 2.42 ERA, and Hunter Brown, the right-hander, is 10-5 with a 2.45 ERA. 2 aces of their respected staffs going at it. Looking forward to that. We'll be on the air following the last out. Apologize a little bit later today. I was watching the game with some friends, and it was just moving quickly, and I had to get home. So there you have it. But man, what a win for the Tigers. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I read all the comments. I appreciate the positive ones. The ones that are a little bit more critical, I completely understand. If they're constructive criticism, totally get it. We're trying to get better each and every episode, just like the Tigers have gotten better each and every game. All right, that was a little cheesy, but you get the idea. Tigers beat the Astros 10-0, take the first series. They've won 7 of 9, and will look to go for a series win tomorrow night. Tarek Skubal versus Hunter Brown. Looking forward to that. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your evening. We'll talk to you next time. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out Locked On Tigers with Scott Bentley right here on the Locked On Tigers Podcast Network, your team each and every day. Free and available wherever you get your podcast and on YouTube. Good night, everyone.